Ever wondered why alpacas always seem to be smiling? Could it be because they're secretly plotting world domination? Welcome to the intriguing world of alpacas, where things are not always as they seem. These woolly wonders have been shrouded in mystery for centuries, often misunderstood and sometimes even feared. But fear not, for we are here to shed light on the enigma that is the alpaca. You see, alpacas have been the subject of many a tall tale and fanciful folklore. From the belief that they're just tiny, mini-me versions of llamas, to the outrageous claim that they're secretly hostile creatures plotting our downfall. But are these myths grounded in reality? Or are they just a hilarious testament to our wild imaginations? Today, we're going on a wild adventure to debunk some of the most hilarious myths about these fluffy creatures and reveal the truth. So buckle up, it's time to unravel the great alpaca mystery. First up, the belief that alpacas are just small llamas, or mini-me versions if you will. Now, to the untrained eye, it's easy to confuse alpacas and llamas. They're like long-lost cousins at a family reunion. Somewhat similar, but with a world of difference once you get to know them. So let's dive into the details and debunk this myth. First things first, size does matter. Alpacas are noticeably smaller, standing at about 3 feet tall to the shoulder, whereas llamas can tower up to 4 feet. It's like comparing a compact car to a pickup truck. Both have their charm, but they're not quite the same. Next up is the fur factor. Alpacas have a luxuriously soft and silky coat that can make even the most high-end cashmere feel like sandpaper. Llamas, on the other hand, have a rougher, coarser coat. More utility, less vanity. So if you're planning on knitting a cozy winter sweater, you'd better befriend an alpaca, not a llama. But it's not just about the external appearances. Our furry friends have different personalities too. Alpacas are generally more reserved and timid, preferring to hang out in their small herds. They're the introverts of the camelid family. Llamas, conversely, have a bit more spunk. They are more independent and aren't afraid to spit, literally when they're not amused. And let's not forget the ear affair. Yes, you heard it right, the ears. Alpacas have spear-shaped cute little ears, while llamas sport a more elongated banana-shaped set. So the next time you're in a llama versus alpaca debate, just say, "Check the ears, my friend," and there you have it. Alpacas and llamas, similar yet worlds apart. They're like apples and oranges, tea and coffee, or cats and dogs. Sure, they're both charming in their own ways, but definitely not interchangeable. So next time someone calls an alpaca a small llama, you can confidently correct them. Another myth we often hear is that alpacas are hostile creatures. Ever seen one in a bad mood? Now don't get me wrong, like any creature, alpacas can have their off days. But to label them as outright hostile? That's a bit of a stretch. In fact, these fluffy creatures are generally known for their friendly and docile nature. And while they may not be up for a cuddle session, they're far from the snarling beasts some might imagine them to be. Picture this. You're out in the Peruvian highlands, home to a significant number of alpacas. There's an alpaca in the distance, munching on some grass, all calm and collected. You approach it, expecting some kind of standoff. But what happens? The alpaca just looks at you, gives a nonchalant hum and goes back to its meal. Not quite the confrontation you were expecting, right? Now, there are exceptions to every rule. For instance, male alpacas can get a bit feisty during breeding season, showing off for the ladies, but it's more of a macho display than a sign of inherent hostility. And let's be honest, who among us hasn't shown off a bit when trying to impress someone? It's also worth noting that alpacas are herd animals. They thrive in the company of their own kind, which says a lot about their social nature. Sure, they might be a bit wary of strangers, but aren't we all? Once an alpaca gets to know you, you'll find they're quite the charming creatures. So where does this myth of the hostile alpaca come from? Well, it's hard to say. Maybe it's their size, or those big, curious eyes that can seem a little intimidating, or perhaps it's just a classic case of misunderstanding born from the human tendency to fear the unknown. But the truth is, alpacas are more likely to run away than pick a fight. They're gentle creatures who prefer peace and quiet over confrontation. So next time you see an alpaca, don't be afraid, they're not the villains they're made out to be. So it seems our fluffy friends aren't the villains some make them out to be. Moving on to myth number 3. Alpacas are beasts of burden, but are they really? Let's embark on a journey to debunk this myth and shed some light on the truth. Picture this. You're planning a camping trip, and you think, hey, what if I could get an alpaca to carry all my stuff? That would be so cool. Well, I hate to burst your bubble, but that's not quite how it works. Contrary to popular belief, alpacas aren't exactly the Arnold Schwarzenegger of the animal kingdom. They're more like the Danny DeVito. compact, charming, and not built for heavy lifting. Alpacas are not the beasts of burden they're often mistaken for. Unlike their llama cousins who are often used to cart around goods in the Andes Mountains, alpacas are more of the chill-at-home type. You see, alpacas are designed for producing copious amounts of soft and warm wool, not for hauling your camping gear up a hill. Their bodies are built for comfort, not for hard labor. Their spines are not as robust as those of llamas, so loading them up with heavy packs could actually harm them. Imagine trying to lift a grand piano with a toothpick. That's what it's like for an alpaca to carry a heavy load. It's just not going to end well. So, if you were planning on getting an alpaca to help you move house, you might want to rethink that strategy. They're much better suited to being adorable, providing fantastic wool, and making us laugh with their quirky personalities. In essence, alpacas are like the entertainers of the animal world. They're here to bring joy, warmth, and a little bit of sass, not to serve as your personal moving van. So, next time you see an alpaca, remember, they're not built for heavy lifting. They're built for making our lives a little bit brighter and a whole lot fuzzier. So, if you're planning a camping trip, better not count on an alpaca to carry your gear. Now that we've busted some common alpaca myths, let's sum up what we've learned so far. First, we've established that alpacas are not just pint-sized llamas. While they do share the same family, Camelidae alpacas and llamas are distinct species. Their differences are not just in size but also in their faces, ears, and their purpose. Llamas are often used as pack animals, while alpacas are prized for their wool. Speaking of wool, did you know that alpaca wool is hypoallergenic? It's because their wool lacks the lanolin that's found in most other types of wool. This makes it a great choice for those with sensitive skin. Plus, it's super soft and warm. So, next time you're shopping for a cozy sweater, consider one made of alpaca wool. Next, we debunk the myth that alpacas are hostile creatures. While they might seem a bit aloof at first, alpacas are actually quite social and gentle animals. They enjoy being part of a herd and can be very affectionate towards their human caregivers. However, don't expect them to carry your groceries. Unlike their cousin, the llama, alpacas are not built to carry heavy loads. And here's a fun fact. Alpacas hum. Yes, you heard it right. They communicate with each other by humming. It's their way of expressing various emotions like curiosity, contentment, worry, or boredom. Imagine having a humming alpaca as your companion. Lastly, did you know that alpacas have been domesticated for thousands of years? They were revered by the Incan civilization who used their wool for clothing and their dung as a fuel source. Today, alpacas are raised not only for their wool, but also for their companionship. And there you have it, alpacas. Not small llamas, not hostile, and definitely not your personal pack mule. But they are fascinating creatures that are full of surprises. So the next time you see an alpaca, remember these fun facts and share them with your friends. You'll be the life of the party. We hope you've enjoyed this hilarious journey into the world of alpacas. It's been quite an adventure debunking myths and uncovering surprising truths about these fascinating creatures. Who knew that the world of alpacas was filled with such intrigue and humor? If you've had a good laugh and learned something new today, we invite you to share this video with your friends. Let's spread the word about these misunderstood animals and give them the recognition they truly deserve. And if you're hungry for more myth versus fact videos about other misunderstood animals, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Your support will help us continue to bring you entertaining and enlightening content. So, are you ready for more hilarious journeys into the animal kingdom? We've got plenty more myths to debunk and facts to reveal. Until next time, keep exploring, and remember, not everything you hear about alpacas is true.